That's so weird. I've been streaming for like 30 minutes, and that's so strange. The video, it wasn't showing up on my. It was showing up on my YouTube live streaming center. It would said excellent connection. It said it was connected, but for some reason no video was showing up. That sucks. Well, I'm glad it was like it was an episode that wasn't on the list that I was just reacting to. But I was talking so much. I spent 30 minutes doing this. I don't know why I wasn't recording. Okay, I just watched half of the episode, and I talked for like 10 minutes about what the hell is going on Hilltop Road, because I was so confused. Like, so much has happened on Hilltop. Okay, nothing. You missed out on my excellent commentary, where this cleaner was walking around, going like, wow, that's kind of weird. And then they go into the basement, and they're like, wow, that's kind of weird. And I'm like, spiders, fire, spiders. That was basically my commentary the whole episode. Fire, spiders, one or the other, or both. And I was like, it's the fire spiders. They're under the sheets. That's, I guess. And that was basically what, the recap. Cleaner goes around, cleans things. There's like, everything's covered in white sheets. The house was just built, and I spent a lot of time just working out the timeline of what the heck was going on. Like, I was like, wait, the house was just built, and I was like, oh wait, and I was like, when does this take place? And I was like, 2009, and I had to look up that MAG 8, the one with Ivo Lensic. That took place in 2006, and that was when he finished building the house. So it makes sense that this is a newly built house that she needs to clean before it goes into the market. I didn't know it took 3 years to get a house in the market, but I don't know. And then, yeah. Well, I can't believe the stream wasn't showing up. I need to be more careful, because I saw the excellent connection thing on the stream center, and I thought it was, I guess it's just fine. I guess it's just not updating. But then I checked my phone, and I checked my YouTube channel, and it's like, it's not even showing up. And I was like, what the hell? But yeah, I guess that's the recap. I did spend a lot of time just looking up what happened in MAG 8, and I was like, God, what's everything in Hilltop Road? And then I was like, wait, that person's from Hilltop Road, and there's another episode where that person from Hilltop Road is in that episode, and this episode, and I like went through everything, and I was like, isn't there an episode from like the beginning of the series, the first Hilltop Road episode, where a guy pulls a tree out of the ground, and then he takes a box out of below the tree, and there's an apple in it that like explodes into spiders, and then like he comes into the house, and then he's like, he passes out because it smells like fire, and then a priest comes to visit and bless the house or whatever, and then 20 episodes later, that priest has the first two-parter in the series where he has his thing where he's taken by the stranger, it seems, and he kills a bunch of people and he's in prison, and then when he does the exorcism on the house, he's like, something else inside him speaks, and it's like, you can't claim me, I'm marked by a stranger, and then that happens, and then in the first episode about Hilltop Road, we learn that there was a girl named Agnes, who was Raymond Fielding's daughter, who was like, I guess this is fortunate in the sense that I can really consolidate my research, because it took a lot of research to remember all of this. Also, my audio is broken again because it just does that randomly. So okay, there's like, because there's like at least like 5 episodes that have to do with Hilltop Road, at least. Like I don't. So yeah, there's a girl named Agnes, and then she was Raymond Fielding's daughter. But we learn in a later episode something weird about that, and then like it's a halfway house, and all the boys there, like they stopped causing trouble for some reason, and like some pets were dying, and then a boy died, and then like the population of the halfway house was dwindling, and then like the house got set on fire and burned down, and Raymond Fielding died, and okay, and then there's another episode where we get the account of a guy who stayed at the halfway house, who's being like literally like mind controlled the entire time he stayed there. And there was like a dinner table ritual they did with a table that had spider webs all over it, which reminded me at the time of the table that trapped the Not Them, which also had like lines that were like mesmerizing to trace and look at, and which we know is the web, I believe, because a bunch of webs reached out and grabbed the Not Them and bound it to the table. I believe that's what happened. And that was the episode with Decker, by the way. I think that was the first episode with Decker. And also in that episode where the guy gave his account, I believe he talked about how Raymond Fielding was. This is not from my research, so this is just from memory, and because that episode was more recent, and I feel like I remember it more. It was Agnes was like Agnes and Raymond Fielding was sort of like in a way scared of Agnes, or like at least there was a clash there. The fire and the spider, they didn't come together, and now we know it's the desolation and the web. It seems they don't go together, which is interesting because I wouldn't like immediately clock that. It's like control, fear of being controlled versus fear of like the destruction of all you love and stuff, like destruction of your life and everything. It's like, Oh wait, in that episode, the first episode we heard about Hilltop Road, we also learned that Agnes Montague died when he cut down the tree, and there was a hand chained to her waist that also died when the tree was cut down, and she killed herself. Which I was like, what? and I was like, wait, I also had the reaction when I relearned in the future episode where that guy dated Agnes, who Agnes was like trying to live out her best human little life in a very strange way. She went to the diner or something and ordered coffee, like, I'm ordering a coffee. It's like, okay. And then he like tried to date her, and then like a bunch of fire people showed up, and she's like, bye, I have to fulfill my destiny. And then she kissed him, and then his face burned off or something, and then it seemed she died. And then after that is something tree, and then they also mentioned in the first episode that Agnes can't be the same as the Agnes in Hilltop Road because their ages don't match up. She was 26. She was probably immortal, or not immortal because she died, and because she got some tree life force or apple life force. Maybe the apple with the spiders in it was what killed her. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Why was there a hand on her wrist? I don't know. So yeah, this person went into the basement, and in this episode, this person went into the basement, and I was like, spiders? Wait, I was like, this is the kid spider basement, right? The guy from that one episode that he lived at the house. He went into the basement, and it was filled with like kids like strapped to the wall with like spider webs. And then this person went into the basement, into the spider dungeon, and then there was not, but they said it was getting hotter every step they went down. So I was like, fire, spider. I thought it was spiders. Where's the spider fire? And then, okay. They saw a giant crack in the floor that made their teeth hurt. I don't, like, is that like a common expression? Oh my god, it was so big, my teeth started hurting. Or is that just like a Magnus Archives thing? Because there's like teeth everywhere. I don't know. That happened. And then they went down, and then a spider like reached out for them, a giant spider out of the hole went, and then they woke up beneath one of the the plastic tarp things on the furniture. And they also said earlier in the episode that for some reason they kept on looking around, and when they looked back, it seemed like the furniture that was being covered like changed shape, and that made me wonder were there also people underneath those? Were they moving? But like, why weren't they moving when the person was looking? So was it like a spider metaphor hallucination to let them know that like a hint of what was going on, like a little real life fear foreshadowing? Like, cause like the types of like stark white, and the way they described that reminded me like of things trapped underneath spider webs. So I was like, maybe it's like a visual metaphorical thing. Maybe I don't know. But then now this person is saying that it's been like they got out, and then now it's been. But now it's been 2 weeks, and then like everything's weird, like all their friends are like distant from them and everything, and like something weird, like the whole world is wrong. So now that's the part that we're at. I'm so glad I got to give like a real. I catch that before I ended stream. Like I wasn't so tired to just go like stream episode, and then I leave, and then I go wait, that whole episode didn't record. Someone was watching for a bit. Thanks for watching for a bit. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I will continue the episode. I don't have that much time. I spent a lot of time recapping. I have like 30, maybe 50. Oh my god. Okay, I'll finish the episode at least.
He's just wrong. I can't find my favorite coffee shop.
What?
And I don't know who you people are. Statement ends.
Well, that was the end of the statement. Why do I have half the episode left? Huh? I was like, this statement's long. But then it wasn't. Weird. I've never done the spider to, transport someone to another dimension? Like, all your friends act strangely, or like they don't know you, and now your favorite coffee shop is gone? Are you in the future? Are you in another... It sounds like another dimension, but that's not... What? Okay. I thought a spider is like a control thing. It's like a mind control, like not your lack of free will thing. Okay, let's just continue with whatever's going on. Interesting indeed.
I'm not really sure what to do with this one.
Same.
Martin brought it up, said he'd found one that related back to Hilltop Road, a thread that's been nagging at me for a while.
Me too!
I mean, it seems straightforward enough, except...
Why?
But it never happened.
Huh?
As far as I can tell, Anya Villette doesn't exist.
Huh?
John Hector Lettings does seem to be a real estate agent in Oxford, but according to our inquiries, they've never employed anyone by that name to work as a cleaner.
She's from another dimension.
Nor are they currently responsible for the infamous
Or
house.
is this a not them
Basira found
situation? Because they said if she doesn't exist, then it makes sense why her friends are acting distant. Like, was she erased from existence? She got brought into the mall and then she came back out as someone who doesn't exist? I didn't know that was what the spider did. What? During that episode where all those boys were being, like, eaten by the spider, the halfway house boys, were they? Did the statement giver talk about forgetting about them, forgetting their names? Maybe it's another one of those, like, entities that erases you from existence, like erases you from everyone's memory. But the coffee shop, it doesn't explain the coffee shop. Like she didn't start the coffee shop. Why is the coffee shop out? I don't know. Okay, let's see.
Possibilities online that might have been her, but the two that almost matched both professed complete ignorance to any of this. As far as we can tell, the house has no estate agent looking after it.
So wait, like, not only does the statement giver, like, not exist on the record, she doesn't exist at all? Maybe this statement is from another dimension and it just got sent here. I don't know what I'm talking about. No, wait, that doesn't make any sense. Then why would the whole world be different from... Oh, okay.
And no current
I don't know what's going on.
Certainly no plans to lease it to students. I've half a mind to just go down and have a look at it myself, but I don't know. Since it first came
I
out,
don't
like
know.
It would be just a very bad idea.
Let's just not.
Trying to get a closer look at the documents, figure out who technically owns the place.
Let's just not do this now.
It's been over a year and we're still waiting. Haven't really had the
Dang.
time to follow.
Huh?
Hello, Tim.
Oh, Tim.
Come in, please.
Tim? Hi. It's been so long.
To see you, boss.
Yo.
How have you been?
Why'd you call me boss
Not
like
gonna
that?
lie to you, Tim. It's been a difficult few months. Good. And I would like to hear how you've been doing. Me?
I've been just fine.
My brother is dead.
I'll see you later.
You're sure? You've not...
You feel like...
There is nothing you want to
I'm
say
scared
to
you're
me?
gonna do like something dangerous.
Here, no.
Tape recorder.
What do you think is listening?
Me.
What do you
Me.
think is
I'm
listening
listening.
to the tapes?
Don't.
I'm
do
the
this.
eye, I guess.
Don't.
Sorry, I didn't...
And you know what I think. It's the thing that runs the Institute, the Watcher, or the Eye, or whatever.
I disagree.
Yeah,
This
I
whole
disagree.
place is a temple to the eye, Tim. I don't think the tape recorders make any
Well,
difference.
then why is it
Elias, then.
why is it that like recording things on the tape recorder is such a big obsession for John? Like he disagrees, but it seems like he has a compulsion to do it specifically on the tape recorder that's like different from like anything else. So I feel like if it feeds the eye in a specific way, then it probably does have some sort of connection to the eye that's different from just existing in the Institute. But okay, John. I mean, okay.
In that case, we'll stick to talking about things he already knows.
Why are you so set on having it
Elias.
Look,
I got a
honest
parasite in
I
my
don't.
head.
Whatever is on the other side of those tapes is just as invested
No,
in
no.
stopping the circus as you are.
I am. Okay.
Your brother.
I keep buying into the headcanon that like the reason we're hearing this like as like is because like in some like plot canonical way that the listeners are like a representation of the eye, like the in real life listeners, the fan base, or like we're seeing this because the eye is seeing this, and that way we are the eye, we see what the eye sees. And I keep buying into that headcanon because I think it's really, really cool, even though it's probably not exactly what's going on. I think it's really funny. But okay.
Listen to it then. My statement.
I listened to all the tapes.
As you
I
do.
had no idea how much of a mess I left this place in. I'm sorry.
Bit of an invasion of privacy.
I assume that's a joke.
Whoa, okay.
Isn't it just?
I'm so sorry.
How did you know I was going to be here?
Tim, you sound like
The
you
others
need a
haven't seen
break
the tapes, and
or
you've still been using the
something.
computers here, accessing files and books. I know there are some exits to the tunnels outside the Institute, so I guessed you were using them to get in and out, avoiding any tape records.
Okay, whatever. But how did you know I was going to be here now?
I just did.
Like the way John stopped talking and said, "Oh," and then he went up and they were like, "Tim's coming." like I assumed I heard like a little click, so I thought it was like a footstep. It was like, "Oh, that's a weird sounding footstep," but I was like, maybe he just hears Tim coming. But like maybe not. Maybe he knew Tim was coming because my magic powers are increasing.
You just did. Great. Buy one spooky telepath manager, get one free, is it?
Don't-
Fantastic.
That's
Don't
not what
compare
this is.
John
How
to
about
Elias.
in my mind
Tim,
now.
that is... I can't.
Because I can give you a clue. It ends in off.
Okay, I knew it was gonna have fucking
Assuming
the
you've been doing your own
somewhere.
research into the circus and the unknowing, I would like to pool our knowledge.
So why don't you archivist me then? Just pull it
Stop!
straight.
I want to
don't want
cooperate. We're
I am
coworkers.
not
We're
your
probably
enemy.
yeah.
Like that matters.
I
These
feel so
things
bad for
aren't
Tim.
Human, it's instinct.
He doesn't want to be here.
You
He
can't
doesn't
not.
want to be part of this.
I'm still me.
I believe that.
You know what? You're actually right.
What?
You're the only one.
Sorry, I don't follow.
Huh?
Tim?
Do you know why I avoid the others?
You said the tapes.
No. How can I be sure who they are? You know how long that thing pretended to be Sasha? And I had no idea. I knew Sasha for years.
I think that was
don't know
mentioned that
Martin as
did
well
they
as I knew
work in
her.
the same place?
I
I
barely know
believe
what Melanie
maybe.
and Basira look like, or that weird murder cop. How the hell
Red
am I
Daisy.
supposed to be sure of any of them?
I didn't realize I didn't think. I'm sorry.
I mean, there's worms and hallways and clowns, and in some ways it doesn't even register. Like just another spook. I can't trust them. I'm gonna destroy the circus that took my brother, and I
By
can't
yourself?
trust them to help. And me? Well, if you're trying to spy on us, you're doing a pretty shitty job.
Well,
Haven't
he's
been here
not
for
trying
months.
to.
That's not fair. Sometimes I was kidnapped.
It's not
Sometimes.
for a spy, is it?
Fine.
Anyway,
Just
you're a
some.
spook too now, aren't you?
He just called him a spook, which is a funny little noun. But he was. He's, the way John so seriously said, "That is not fair. Sometimes I was kidnapped." I was not here on purpose. Sometimes. A percentage of the time I was kidnapped. Okay. The correction, okay.
Place loves you too much to let you get swapped.
I
What
guess
about
I'm
Elias?
important
Surely he's
in
the
that
same.
sense.
Oh yeah, great idea. Let's just all trust Elias.
I didn't say trust him.
Screw it.
A good screw it?
I know where they're doing it. The ritual. And I think they're almost ready.
Tim
Right,
Beloved?
Where?
In the House of Wax in Great Yarmouth.
I thought it might be there. But the others, we couldn't find any evidence of movement or, well, life.
I had to wait almost 2 weeks. But it's there.
Why do you think they're doing it so soon?
Skin. That's what they need, right? They tried to take yours.
Yes.
Well, last week they went on a couple of field trips to a pair of cemeteries.
Who did they take?
New graves. No flowers. The first had a name on, but no dates. No inscription. George Icarus.
I don't know the name.
George
Who was the other?
Icarus?
Tim?
Gertrude.
Gertrude.
Yeah.
Interesting. They were looking for the archivist's
I thought
skin.
she was cremated.
I guess not.
They said it would be symbolic, but I guess they had to settle for second best.
After all.
So, what's the plan?
I thought she was cremated.
I guess not.
So they did get an archivist's skin.
Yeah, okay.
So, what's the plan, boss?
I think you're going to like it, actually.
Oh yeah.
Should be quite cathartic. I just need to...
Oh, we're gonna blow this place up.
Fine.
Wait, what did he just say?
What's the plan, boss?
I think you're going to like it, actually.
Oh yeah.
Should be quite cathartic. I just need to confirm a few details.
Fine.
The way John said that in the way that I imagined Gertrude said it, about the way to stop the annoying, like the way Jerry described it, where it was like it seemed like she was telling a joke, but she didn't tell jokes. I don't know what she thought was so funny about how to stop the unknowing. John was like, "Well, you might like it."
But you don't cut me
I
out.
won't. I promise.
I'm glad we're working together now,
If you'll excuse me.
Oh.
even though the reasons for Tim
Yes, well,
trusting him.
You're not the only one
Were-
who knows his way around the tunnels, so...
Even though Tim's reasons for trusting John aren't very personal, they're actually kind of negative, in the sense that he's valued by the Eye and it can't be replaced, and he can trust him in that sense. But I'm glad we're back together again, and Tim kind of killed it with the whole location thing. Tunnels we are.
16.
All clear?
Yes. All clear.
Sorry, got a bit lost. Don't know how you find your way around
16.
down here.
Why are we counting?
Practice.
Tunnels.
Mm. Don't think either of us like it down here.
No, well, no, me neither. It feels...
Empty.
yeah.
Is that it? Down here.
Practice. You alright, Daisy?
Mm. Don't think either of us like it down here.
No, well, no, me neither.
Daisy.
Feels...
Empty.
Both. Interesting. avatars. You're like, why do you feel so weird in the tunnels? Why do you feel empty? You possessed fuckers. Okay. I need to stop. Okay.
Is that it?
Yes.
How long have you had that shirt?
What?
That shirt. You get it in China?
America, I had to borrow it. There was blood.
Sure. Why? Shall I'll leave you two alone. I
Right.
need to have that chat with Elias.
Right. Yes.
Would be scheming down here in the tunnels.
So, how have you been?
Fine. Getting mannequins for Elias.
Okay.
Clown. It's been alright.
Okay.
Has he said anything about the plan?
No. Is there one?
Sort of.
When John's voice goes high, it's always funny. It's like,
That real?
You tell me.
Where'd you get this?
Gertrude left it, apparently for this
Explosives.
exact situation.
Where did she get it?
I find myself asking that question a lot.
So, this ritual, you're just gonna blow it up?
I mean, as long as you know how to...
That'd be epic.
You can use this stuff?
Yeah, reckon I can.
okay, Daisy.
So, do you have a plan?
We're working on it. You think she's found him by now?
Maybe. Maybe he's not watching anyway.
I feel safer if I think he's distracted. Is the rest of it?
Yeah.
And you think she's found him by now?
Found him
Maybe.
by now.
Maybe he's not watching anyway.
I feel
Elias?
safer if I think he's distracted.
We're distracting Elias. Okay.
The rest of it.
Yeah.
is- And Martin, he's okay with it.
It was his idea.
Yeah.
With it. We're doing something.
It'll work.
No idea.
It'll work.
If
Are
you
we
can get me
doing
all this
something?
here,
What?
tape.
Oh, yeah.
To Elias. Okay, I was recording that for some reason, because I'm John. I'm Jonathan Sims. I'm addicted to tape
The
recorders.
Magnus Archives is a
Okay, I really need to get doing stuff. I need to pack. But the episode was really interesting. We spent like half of it with Tim. I'm glad we're all in this together. Yeah, Tim's back on board and he's being very helpful. I'm glad he's not working on his own anymore in a way that would be dangerous to him, because that'd be awful. Yeah, we're gonna blow up the unknowing, and we're doing something with Elias, which we talked about. We have a plan with how to deal with Elias. That we've been tossing around, but not saying anything about because it's secret to us. We can't know. But yeah, that's interesting. I wonder what's going on there. Really cool episode. Talked about Hilltop Road. I just remembered that this person, Anya Bullet, is from another dimension, and what? She got taken into the void apparently, okay. I guess we'll learn more about that at some other point. I really need to get going, but it was a really interesting episode. Back in the tunnels to hide from Elias and such. Yeah, I loved him. I feel so bad for him. People always shit on him for being so antagonistic towards John and kind of antagonistic towards everyone, but John especially because he's the reason he's here. But it's when you're being held hostage by a god, it's let Tim be let Tim be angry. Let him be an asshole. Let him struggle because he's having the worst time of his life. Come on, it's not that hard to understand emotionally or resonate with emotionally. Tim's literally having the worst experience ever. I can't even imagine an experience like that. He can't even trust his everyone's around him. He can't trust maybe he can't trust his own being, his own mind. It's out of his control. His whole life is out of his control, and there's like the whole world is out of his control because his brother got killed by things he can't understand, and then he joined the institute to understand those things that killed his brother, and now he's under control of something he doesn't understand, and he has no control over anything, it seems. And it's John's fault a little bit, not actually, but like, you know, it's like he's presenting someone who seems in a way to be in control, or like at a higher level than him, at least, or like favored in that way, like favored or whatever, who isn't like a pawn, like him, like isn't being treated as a pawn, as disposable, like he is, and like that's even more about how not in control he is of his whole life. It's like sad. Okay, why is this piece of hair longer than everything else? Okay, whatever. Yeah, signing off at the next dimension. Nobody will be there. Yeah, let's blow up